Shooting video with your Canon EOS Rebel camera is fun and super easy when everything is set to automatic. But the EOS Rebel camera is an advanced DSLR with adjustable settings that'll give you more control so that you can capture what you set out to achieve. Hi, I'm Larry Becker and I'm here with Linda Duchesne from Canon USA. In this second video of our three-part series, we're going to look past the basics of shooting video with a Canon EOS Rebel camera and get into those menu controls that are specific to shooting video. As we cover each menu item, we'll also help you with tips and advice for adjusting your camera to get just what you want. For this tutorial, we'll be using the EOS Rebel SL1 camera. Most of the topics we teach will be available to all the current EOS Rebel camera models, but might be located in a different menu. That being said, the terminology will be the same, so it'll be easy for you to locate if it's in a different menu.
By the time most people start shooting video with their EOS Rebel camera, they've already been using it for still pictures. So they know pressing the menu button shows you the menus. More advanced users know that available menu list changes based on what position you set the mode dial to. The more advanced the mode you're in, the more options you have in the menu to allow you to control the actions of the camera. With the camera set to movie mode, press the menu button and you'll see a couple of menus in the red shooting menu area, which are dedicated to shooting video. This is where we'll focus on this tutorial. Let's go through the various settings here with the two video menus. These are indicated by an icon of a still camera and a movie camera together, and the framing color of the menu will be in red. The first thing you can adjust is the autofocus method. The default is face detection plus tracking. In this autofocus mode, your EOS Rebel camera will automatically recognize and track faces. Or if your camera has the touchscreen feature and you touch an object on the LCD monitor, it'll track that object and keep it in focus as long as it's in the frame. The next two autofocus options are FlexiZone Multi and FlexiZone Single. Usually we'll leave ours in face detection plus tracking as the default, but it's so easy to touch on something we want to be in focus and have the camera track that person or object for us. The next menu item is easy. It's Movie Servo Autofocus, and it's either on or off. You need this on for the autofocus to work during recording.
Now, keep in mind that while you're shooting video, it's also possible to take a still image by fully pressing the shutter button. The third item on this menu, AF with shutter button during movie recording, will affect how focusing of the still image is done. Since this lesson is on shooting video, we won't go into this setting. Just be aware that if you take a still image, your video recording will be interrupted for about 1 second as the camera captures that still. You'll also record the sound of the shutter. The fourth menu item is a grid display. This is a helpful tool for composing and making sure your camera is level. You have two grids to choose from. And don't worry about the grids. They only appear on the display screen and they aren't recorded into your final video. The last item on this menu is metering timer. It'll affect how long your meter is active. The default setting is 16 seconds, and for the purpose of this lesson, this is where we'll set the camera.
If you navigate to the right with your cross keys button, you'll see the second video menu. The first item, Movie Record Size, lets you choose the size of your finished video and your frame rate. The two options with 1920 are considered high quality, full HD video, and the 30 or 24 refer to the frame rate. 30 frames a second is normal for video, and it's similar to television programming. And 24 frames a second is a cinematic standard, and is typically what you would see in the movie theater. If you don't have a specific reason to shoot 24, go ahead and shoot 30 frames a second. And keep in mind what you're planning to do with the video you're creating. If you don't need a high-definition image, you can easily select one of the lower resolution settings. You have two other options as well for a smaller video file size. Finally, there's a function called Video Snapshot Mode. When this is on, each time you press the movie shooting button, you'll capture 4 seconds of video. And inside your EOS Rebel camera, it'll put all your clips together, one after the other, into a single video. You can pick alternate clip lengths like 2 seconds or 8 seconds. The first time you create a new video snapshot collection of clips, it's called an album. The camera will automatically create a new album for you. If later you decide to turn off video snapshot mode and then decide to turn it back on, you can go back and add more clips to an existing album or create a new one. Imagine capturing a bunch of clips all together to highlight a day trip or vacation without the need for lots of editing when you get home.
As you've seen, when selecting a specific thing you want to focus on, or for quickly accessing on-screen controls and menus, the touchscreen LCD is really handy. So let's point out some of the great things that you have quick access to with the touchscreen. First of all, most of the things listed on your screen can be adjusted by just pressing the Q first. By the way, if there aren't icons on your screen indicating various settings, just press the info button once or twice to get those to appear. Then you can touch the Q on the screen and touch the various icons around the image perimeter to make adjustments to them. So let's say you're in Intelligent Scene Auto mode and you touch the Q. You can adjust the AF method at the top left. You can turn the video snapshot on or off at the bottom left. Some EOS Rebel camera models also have another great feature called Miniature Effect Movie. This gives objects in your video a miniature look with an effect that emphasizes perspective by blurring the top and bottom or sides of the image. If you touch Q, then Miniature, you can pick the miniature playback speed along the bottom of the screen for a 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times playback. That can be a fun special effect. Keep in mind that the speed you select for recording is the speed the video will play back. You can't alter this speed once it's recorded. Another thing to remember about miniature mode is that no audio is recorded.
So here in the second video, we learned that you can quickly access all your video menu controls by moving the power switch to video mode, then press the menu button. That's where you can adjust settings like autofocus, video size, and frame rate, turn on video snapshot mode, and more. Because EOS Rebel cameras have touch screens, you can touch the Q and then touch the function on the screen you want to adjust in order to change those settings. And for a fun, creative effect, try Miniature Effect Movie. In the third and final video, we'll cover simple options for editing and sharing your video files.